WCTV is powered by Critical Mass Solar. Harness the power of the sun. Leader Bank Austin Stife. Lender NMLS number 449250. WCTV Sports is powered by Red Heat American Tavern. Under the Lights is sponsored by Atlantic Behavioral Health, B&B Training and Development, CMS Plumbing and Heating, Code 1 Barbecue, Dandelions Ice Cream, DePerzio Construction, Frango's Chicken Fingers, Wilmington Knights of Columbus, Mayflower, Mike Capistran Athletics, RSM, Tremezzo, Designs by Dawn, and John Stewart and Drain Cleaning.
All right, welcome WCTV listeners and watchers and viewers. We are here at Chelmsford High School field for tonight's game, Friday night, September 6th, between the Chelmsford Lions and your Wilmington Wildcats. This is considered an endowment game. The records won't count, but all the stats do. Tonight we are getting ready. They're going to introduce the team as we'll talk over them. Chelmsford is coached by George Peterson, is in his 8th year. They were 3-8 last year in the Merrimack Valley Conference, tough conference. Your Wildcats, of course, are coached by by Craig Turner, his 8th year. And we were 5-6 Middlesex League last year. Had 2 scrimmage games. We played 3 actually, right? We played Winchester, Billerica, and just last week Medford. And all with me on the mic is Braedon Almas, 2023 graduate of Wilmington High, 2024.
Yes, sir, Jim. I'm here for the game today. I'm very excited.
So, real quick, just first observations of what you got, and then some of your keys to the game.
Chelmsford's a big team coming right out of the huddle. I can see they're hyped up. They want to play some football. They want to get the pads cracking. Wilmington looks calm. They look ready to go. Sophomore quarterback Mark Holleran in his warm-up looked very good. His balls were on point, perfect spiral and everything. Some keys to the game for the Wildcats offensively is they got to get that ball out quick, and they got to neutralize senior for Chelmsford, number 58, Thomas Brown.
And how about defensively, Brandon? What are we expecting?
And defensively, we have to limit big plays, and we also need the cornerbacks and safeties to focus, and we need to get low and wrap up on all of our hits. We can't afford to have any big plays early in the game, Jim.
Sounds good. Again, Chelmsford coming to us from the Merrimack Valley Conference. The conference Wilmington was actually in more than 20 years ago, and we moved from there to the Cape Ann out of the Middlesex League. Middlesex League is a tough league. Merrimack Valley is actually very tough. Well, time for the national anthem. Okay, Braedon, back here, Chelmsford Simeon, I think they said this stadium is named after. We're on top of the press box. We got a great view, a beautiful night for football. A little bit windy. We got the Route 3 behind us, highway traffic going back. Great night for college football. What are you told us the keys to the game. What are you really going to look for early in this game, Braedon?
Well, offensively, I'm looking for Mark to get the ball out early to senior wide receiver Connor Lovell and junior receiver Colin Allard. With the 2 starting running backs out, I'm looking for Colin Dwyer and freshman Brody Humphrey to take the majority of the running back snaps. Defensively,
all right, we're going to have the captains going out there for Wildcats. So one of the captains who's hurt, you can see, is number 22, Gus Lambert, 67, Noah Matton. Number 4 is our good friend Colin Allard, and number 2, senior, the only senior captain, Connor Lovell. And again, we've got the big guy in the middle, 58, Brown, who's really going to be tough. We talked about in the opener. What do you think we can do to neutralize him?
If I were the Wildcats, I'd put 2 men on him. He's the size of 2 of them. We got to really just get low, get our hands deep under those shoulder pads and block until we can't block anymore. He's going to be a threat, but there is a way to neutralize Thomas Brown.
And I know you're a wrestler because we talked about that last week. What's this? Brown's a wrestler, isn't he? Where does he rank within the state?
Thomas Brown is the #1 ranked heavyweight in Massachusetts, and I believe the number 17th ranked by Flow Wrestling nationally. Thomas Brown's a force on the field and on the mat.
That's good to see. We're good at the coin flip here. Wilmington, it looks like he's pointing to us. Got the 4 officials. We do not have official names. We'll be 4 12-minute quarters. This is a regulation game. There will be no kickoff returns. You'll be able to do everything you want. Just will not count towards the record. It will count towards the stats for the year. So if it's a shame that we don't have our 2 running backs. Aiden could have had a big game and gone to 1,000 yards rushing because of this extra game. So we'll see how all that plays out. Going to count a lot on Halloran. Very young on offense. Count on Halloran, and hopefully our senior leaders will do the job as well. This is taking forever here. I think the guy's explaining everything about the rules.
Some referees like to chat.
Oh, here's the flip, finally.
Wilmington's won, and I believe they want the ball.
Wilmington receive. They won the toss. Yep. Wilmington does Lexter, so Wilmington receives the toss. Wins the toss, elects to receive, so we're going to see offense out there first. We'll be back with the beginning of action of this game right after this.
That's why I went like this a few times.
Your mic's on that side. Are you more comfortable with the mic on this side?
No. I just go like this.
Leave it like that, yeah. All right, we're back here at Chelmsford High School for this foundation game, whatever they call it. Sometimes, Braedon, I don't remember. It's a game that doesn't count towards the record, but it does count towards the stats. The Wildcats have elected to receive. They'll send the receiving team out, and we'll get to see Mark Haller and see what he can do with his backup running backs, which you said were Dwyer and Humphreys. We're going to get a lot of action here. There'll be a lot of
might see some action from freshman Pierce Cervera after his big game last week as well.
Okay, so back to receive, Humphreys and Jean.
Marvin's Jean back to receive. A lot of speed with Marvin's, real tough little cookie there. He didn't really touch the ball much that Medford game. We'll expect to see a lot more from him. Kicking off 17 for 17 kicking off Patrick McConnell Jr.
Hey, the announcer got us. That's awesome. So McConnell ready to kick. A lot of wind here. I can't see any flags. Feels like it's blowing left or right on your radio dial. The opening kickoff. To let that go out of bounds. That'll be a penalty. They'll throw the flag. Cats will get good opening field position. All right, so that's not a bad way to start. You're not deep in your end zone. Like I always talk about, Braedon, special teams are very important, especially kickoffs. Did you play kickoff were you a kickoff team?
I was on kickoff team. I was a gunner, and sometimes I'd line up on the inside. It was very important for people to keep their edge and stay in their lanes, or else things happen, as we saw in last year's Wacona game.
And exactly right. I love the fact you brought up keeping the edge. That's another thing that defensively we should watch. So Brown looks like he'll be in the middle, 58. Trying to get their numbers, and as we go forward. Haller will bring the Cats out. He's got Allard and Lovell here on the right side, lower side. Marvin's up top. Drop back to pass right away. Throws it up high, intercepted. Not what you wanted to see. That's intercepted by number 0. He is not going to take it to the house. Knocked out of bounds by Timmy Watson.
Not a good way to start the game for the Wildcats. Nothing much on the receiver there. That's an overthrow by quarterback Mark Haller, and another growing pain we'll have to get used to. He overthrew Marvin's Jean by about 3-4 feet. And again, this is nothing much the receiver can do there. Mark's just got to learn to get that ball a little lower.
Zero Brooks also is a receiver for them, one of their key players as well. Nice interception. He overthrew him. The wind maybe took a little bit. But again, this is a learning experience a lot of times with our young team as well. All right, the Cats will send out their basic front. We do know that Lambert's not playing, so they're shifting Timmy Watson back out, and they're short a player somewhere as a lineup here. So 7 is Hart. We'll get the rest of their offense. 8 is the running back. 21 and 2. Right up the middle, little gain. I don't think they're going tight end, so it looks like they're going a 10 package. But I gotta see if I get a quick look. They're gonna go quick.
They run the same kind of up-tempo offense as Wilmington.
So they got technically 6 looks like he's in the slot.
21 is in the slot, and 2 is on the outside.
2's on the outside. Okay, here we go. Rolls to the right. Oh, nice sack. That'll be a fumble.
And the ball's down.
Picked up by Gabry.
Kyle Gabry.
Great play. That's Timmy Watson, 54. Great sack there. Gabry follows up. Cats playing well. Turnover battle wins.
And the field awareness there by senior Kyle Gabry coming back into football after a year off. The field awareness to be able to get down on that ball and cover it well. What a play for the Wildcats. That's the energy we needed following that interception.
I thought that was Timmy Watson who knocked it free on a little blitz. He had dropped back into a linebacker spot to replace Gus Lambert, who's out. Not a bad play. 11:15 to play here in the first quarter.
Timmy Watson delivered the hit, and Kyle Gabry went and got that ball.
So 45 seconds into the game, we've had 2 turnovers, so we're in for a battle here. Halloran again. Taking the snap. It looks like it'll be Dwyer in the backcourt field. Picks up the ball. Again, there's what you said about Brown. Really good penetration. Have to be able to stop that.
You know, especially when the pulling guard's there and he sees an opening, he's going to take it, and he's a fast man, so getting into the backfield is not hard for him to do.
Number 20, Colin Dwyer. Tackle made by number 52, Jack Myers.
Cats still split right. Halloran drops back, will throw the quick ball up and overthrown again. Mark a little wild there. That pass was intended for Colin Allard. It'll be 3rd down and 10 to go on the 15, 10:42 to play. Again, as a freshman, do we expect, sophomore really starting for the first time, do we expect to see a lot of that out of Mark Halloran?
You know, it's growing pains, as I said earlier, Jim. He's expected to make mistakes, but he's also expected to capitalize and fix what he's doing. He needs to fix the opportunity here with this big 3rd down. If we get a 1st down, be an amazing play for the Wildcats. There looks to be a little miscommunication here, but they've settled it.
Halloran back. He brings Pasquale in motion. He's got somebody open deep. Lovell's going to run under it. He catches the ball. He could go all the way. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Wildcats.
And a beautiful ball by sophomore quarterback Mark Halloran, a senior Connor Lovell. He's repping my number well. Big touchdown for the Wildcats on a beautiful throw by Mark Halloran.
85-yard touchdown pass. Mark Halloran to Connor Lovell, and the Cats taken early.
What a play, Jim.
Not a bad play. We're going to have to do kicks as well. That was the strength and the speed of Lovell to get open. Halloran threw it perfectly. Great catch. Good touchdown. Big score. Cats lead 6-0. Extra point coming up. Like I said, it's important for the sophomore. We were talking about it. Get a little bit of jitters. He threw a great pass there with senior leadership at a level as well. We'd like to see that. So
it looks like they're going for 2, Jim.
Here. Are they gonna go for it? Yeah, they're gonna go for 2 here. So he's got Lovell to the left with Allard. He's got Jeans out to the right. Gene out to the right with
Dwyer in the backfield.
In motion. They're gonna good keep. Good read by Halloran. Fights the end zone. That should be a. They're not gonna give it to him. Oh, that looked like he got that in. We'll have to look on the replay when we get
the ball crossed the plane there, Jim.
Looked like the ball crossed the plane. Good read as Brown came in untouched. And Halloran read that, did not hand the ball off on the sweep to Allard and tried to score. So we're at 6-0.
And this is Mark proving he's a varsity level quarterback, stepping up on 3rd and 10 and delivering a huge play to Connor Lovell, and then keeping the ball, even though he knew he was going up the middle and he was going to get smacked. He decided to keep the ball and try and go for that too. That's the type of determination and grit you love to see from a young quarterback.
That was, put it in the books, it's an 85-yard touchdown pass. Halloran to Lovell, probably the longest play we'll see all season, Braedon. Hopefully not, but you never know. Great pass, great catch, great run. Lovell's speed is, people don't understand the speed that Lovell actually has as well. We see that in all sports that he plays. 3-sport athlete. I think he's a 3-sport captain as well.
He is a 3-sport captain.
All right, kickoff now. See, this is the change. They're going to have Allard kicking instead of Lovell. Back deep to receive for Chelmsford, number 0 and number 21.
Number 0, Jake Brooks, and number 21, Nate Duggan. Looking to receive.
Evans.
Duggan and Brooks.
All right, thank you. Just getting used, like I said, Braedon's doing a great job getting used to the live action. He loves us not being live because we can make a couple mistakes and edit out in the broadcast. So Allard will kick off. They'll squib kick it. Rolls around, picked up by number 9. Oh,
And
nice tackle, Marvin
Jean with the tackle.
Good play. They'll pick the ball up at about the 33-yard line. 10:24 to play. Big tackle, good tackle, good open field tackle by Gene.
You know, Marvin's has been itching to get his chance. I was on the phone with him last night, and he was telling me he just wants to make an impact on the team. And just delivering a hit there on special teams doesn't look like much, but it does a lot in the long run.
All right, let's reset. Cats with a 6-0 lead. 10:24 to play here, first quarter action. Chelmsford 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line, excuse me. Hart will lead the way. You can't see much of their offense either. There'll be a movement there probably on
Gabe Borges.
Gabriel, correct? Gabriel's got to understand. I know it's his first year back, but we'll see what happens. That'll be 5 yards. That'll give him a short field. All right, Hart will take the snap.
Back to 4 wide.
1st and 5. The short distance you have to go for first down is something, again, we need to try to avoid. In motion, hands it off on the sweep, has a wide open room, and oh, what the speed. Good block ahead. And he's going to go all the way. That's going to be another touchdown, number 2.
Nate Duggan with the touchdown there.
So Duggan will go, that was the 33-yard line. Duggan will go 67 yards for the touchdown. 2 big plays here.
As I
2
said,
turnovers, 2 big plays.
As I said earlier in the broadcast, Jim, we need to neutralize those big plays. We can't have those happen, and they just proved why. He gets a little bit outside, and with that breakaway speed, he takes it all the way to the crib.
And they're going to kick.
'17 looks to kick. Patrick O'Connell. 21, Nate Duggan, who just scored the touchdown, looks to hold.
Duggan hit the hole really well there as well, Braedon. We got, again, that's where you're, blocked. Ball will be live. Blocked by number 2, Connor Lovell. With the blocked extra point.
It's a big play for Lovell there.
Okay, 10:15 to play here. We've seen 2 big plays, one of 67 yards and one of 85 yards for the Cats. We are tied up at 6. Night is falling. The clouds look a little ominous behind us, but I think we'll be okay. Again, at first, we haven't even played 2 minutes in this game. We got 6-0 with 2 turnovers. Cats will look to, again, do a good job on the kick coverage team. Try to get themselves good field position.
They're sending back Brody and Marvins again. Let's see if the Chelmsford kicker can keep it in bounds this time. Patrick McConnell lines up to kick again. Referee blows the whistle, and we're ready for some action.
All right, the kick is off. It's going to be picked up by Humphreys at the 20, 25, out to the 30. Got to hold on to the football there, and he does. Nice tackle in the open field again. Cats will start about their 31-yard line, first down and 10. 10:09 to play here, first quarter. Cats and Lions are tied 6-6.
I'm interested to see how Coach Turner attacks this next drive. They've opened up the pass and the run. You got to think Chelmsford is expecting that deep ball to come back again.
Right, and again, if Mark Halloran's got to understand what his limitations are as well and make good, solid defensive, offensive plays in reality.
Colin Dwyer back out there.
Dwyer's probably going to get the majority of the touches, I would imagine. Same setup as we've had all game long. We got Dwyer in the backfield with Lovell and Haller near side here to the camera. Marvin's is up top. They'll hand the ball inside Dwyer. Nice cut move. Pick up about 2 good tough yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8. And that's what you want. You're going to have to establish both to keep Brown off of their interior.
What I liked what I saw there with the O-line. The O-line gave him a solid hole to get through, and Dwyer made a smart business decision to cut that back in.
All right, we'll give a shout out to the O-line as well if we get a chance. It's been going quick. Oh, they're going to bring the linebacker up, fake the blitz. Dropping back is Halloran. Oh, he's looking. Oh, overthrows Lovell and misses Allen short. I think they were looking for Pasquale there. DeLuca. They're going to call DeLuca, but they're going to call Lovell. I would have said DeLuca going to be the open man. They flooded the zone here to the right side, or the near side to us. Big they'll go 3rd and 7.
Marvin's Gene out wide, looking for him to make an impact this game.
Again, same as always. We'll be shocked to see them try to get DeLuca. He's right underneath. He missed him early again. Good turn.
And just
DeLuca's going to be open all day, getting behind the linebackers, number 18 for the Wildcats. It'll bring 4th down up, and the punting unit will come out. A little bit of a struggle there with the throw. He overthrew and underthrew both passes there. Hallard, I get it. He's probably getting more pressure than he's ever seen in his life as well.
Well, with the first throws, it looks like he's just a little rushed, and then he realizes in his head he's overthrowing it, so he starts to short arm it a little bit. It happens to all quarterbacks. It's happened to me. It happened to Michael Lawler and Jake Roque.
Okay.
We've all done it.
Duggins and Brooks are back for Chelmsford. There's the punt away. Nice punt. It's going to go, no, it's a good Wilmington bounce. Just let it roll. It'll roll all the way inside the 25 to about the 22-yard line.
It's a great punt by senior Kenny Branley.
And Branley doing the punting. He'll also be an interior lineman. Okay, we finally got under the 9-minute mark of the first quarter. His action's been fast and furious. 8:59 to play. Cats tie with Chelmsford 6-6. Both teams have had, the Cats have had 3 possessions. With the 3 possessions, a turnover run down, a three and out, and a touchdown pass on 3rd down. Chelmsford had 1 play drive actually for the touchdown from Duggan. See if the Cats again, they're going to have to be strong up the middle. With Lambert out as a linebacker, they've done a little bit of changing around. Trying to see if they got, Timmy Watson's in the middle.
And Timmy Watson's already made a big impact.
Yeah, Gabe Borges is out wide, is up on the line. So hard to look to take they bring Brooks in motion. They go trips to the right. Look to throw short side, a nice pass. Caught wide open too. Cats are having trouble with everything. 6, unbelievable, 2 big plays.
There looked to be a little bit of holding there.
That's Lupoli who scored that touchdown number 6. Okay, so that would have been from what, the 23?
Yeah.
That's a 67-yard, another? No.
77.
77 yards.
And Jim, I'll say it again, and I said it earlier, we can't have these big plays happen. They're scoring on the big plays. We prove that we can hit them. We prove that we can tackle them.
Well, we haven't tackled anybody all game. So we got fortunate with they dropped back the pass. Timmy Watson with the blitz made a nice play to knock the ball away. Extra point is up, and it is good. And they got the fancy lights going, get me flashbacks. It's good I don't have like any kind of brain problems because I might go crazy, stuff like that. All right, we'll have kickoff coverage here. 13-6, they've run 2 plays, 77 and 67-yard touchdown plays. That's something, again, I'm sure Coach is going to try to clean up. I think I see your father coming, Braedon. He doesn't know your hair. He's going to, I can't wait to see. Braedon colored his hair, everybody.
He wanted to go blonde,
but I see his dad walking up. I had nothing to do with it. He's not even looking up. Don't let him see you. He doesn't even know you're up here.
He'll see it eventually,
right.
Jim.
Some exciting Wilmington action. I got to ask him where he got the red shoes. Has your sister got to leave?
My sister has epilepsy, so she does
The
have
light,
to
she
leave
has
with
to
the
leave.
lights.
Yeah, I thought so. It's a shame. He didn't see your hair. Here's the kick. That'll be Humphrey again. Take the ball straight. I like to go north-south. Excellent run back.
Oh, he
it
cuts
breaks
it outside.
away. Cuts outside. Switches hands. Tries to get the edge. Oh, that's got to be a late hit.
That's
No
helmet to helmet
flag.
contact.
It's got to be a late hit as that tackle. Humphrey with a nice run back. Brings it all the way back to the 42-yard line. A nice 22-yard return. About a 32-yard return. He would look like he was stopped. Came back to the right. All right, Cats will take the ball. A good field position here. 8:35 to play. Trailing 13-6. Coach, that did look like a little bit of a helmet to helmet or late hit out of bounds. They're going to let that one slide. We got coaches to the right of us and coaches to the left. So we got to be careful what we say because they can hear us. Might throw us off the balcony here.
Who knows, Jim?
All right, here we go. Level and short side, level and everybody over here. Just Marvin all by himself to the right, getting man-to-man coverage. DeLucia goes in motion. Comes back, handoff. Again, penetration. 52.
Tackle made by number 52.
Jack Myers, number 52, with a nice tackle there.
That's a junior, 6'3", 240. He's a big man.
They got a lot of big boys. They must be feeding them well here in Chelmsford. That'll be a loss of about 2 yards. Cats behind the sticks again.
What are they putting in their milk here?
They probably have a lot of cows out here. Should be careful. I don't know. They do. I grew up in farm country. Halloran takes the high snap. He's going to run up the middle. Oh, nice run by Mark. Good tough running. He'll pick up about 8. Third down and about 3.5. You saw they had the opening. He took advantage of that opening. Excellent. Now that was a big third down play at the 50.
It's another thing
Still
Mark's good at.
7:43 to play.
Another thing Mark's good at is he's good at recognizing when the play's failing and what he has to do to get there. He took a good step up, another good step up, and then went right and hit the hole, made a juke move, and kept going.
Let's see if they get Pasquale real quick underneath. They're going to fake it. Oh, not a.
And Mark brought.
Oh, nice play by Mark Halloran. Big step, but he gets knocked down.
I think that's
like that was an option play, run option. He could keep it or haul it. I'm surprised they ran that play. I don't know if he'll go for it here. Nope, they're going to send kicking unit out. Brantley will go back deep to kick.
Mason Kotowski out on the field for the Wildcats on the kicking unit.
After a big return to good positive field position, Cats get about 7 yards on that drive, 6 yards. They'll have to kick it away. I would expect to have Duggan and Brooks deep.
Kenny Brantley had a good punt last time. Let's see if he can recreate some of that magic.
Nope, just one guy deep. I think it's Zero Brooks. See if they're going to rush here. Nope, they're going to back up. Nice kick Brantley did. They'll be caught. Got to make the tackles though, guys. Nobody's tackling. This is just nightmare city for the Cats. Kenny misses the tackle, and he'll go all the way for a touchdown from about the 25. A 75-yard touchdown run.
Early lack of physicality for the Wildcats.
Doesn't look good, Braedon, for that. Brooks with a 75-yard return. They've had 3 plays in the last minute for touchdowns. They haven't run any other play but touchdown plays. Cats, again, like you said, on kick coverage, what's the most important thing for everybody to understand?
Most important things for everybody to stay in their lane, get low, and make that tackle. I feel like, honestly, the Wildcats look a little timid out there.
And did not stay in their lane. And I have to say one thing, the speed of the Lions, the Chelmsford Lions, their speed, they got 3 or 4 guys who get the edge and are just blowing right by us.
I think Colin Allard did the right thing there by staying back and making sure that he was, ready to do what he needed to do. But again, he whiffed the tackle. It looked like he kind of just short-armed it.
He tried to square him up, and the guy slid about to the right. Yes, that's correct. All right, 6:21 to play.
Not on Allard at all there.
19-6.
Team needs to be better.
O'Connell with the extra point attempt. And it's no good. That might have gotten tipped at the line.
Kenny Brantley looks to have
might
got,
have been Kenny.
I think, a forearm on it.
All right. So the Cats have had 4 offensive plays. 4 offensive series, I think, correct? First series they turn it over. Second series, they scored the touchdown. Third series, they had 3 and out. Fourth series, they're in 3 and out. So they got to really try to sustain more drives. I mean, it's great to get those big plays. Every touchdown scored today, all 4 touchdowns, have been on big plays. Cats 85-yard, a 75-yard kickoff return, 77-yard run, and a 67-yard run as well by the Chelmsford. So very important here to try to establish something. This is helping to build, I would imagine, then, Braedon.
I've heard them say it, Jim. You got to do it one play at a time, one thing at a time. And the Wildcats are trying to go for the big bombs right now. They're trying to do what they need, like the big plays. Honestly, I think Mark and them should all be worried about getting 4 yards, getting 4 yards, getting 4 yards. You get 4 yards 3 times, it's a first down.
3 yards in a cloud of dust, they called that back in my time, an old timer. That was the Packers motto, 3 yards, a cloud of dust. Bart Starr threw the ball 15 times. So for all you old timers watching, which there probably aren't that many.
I'm interested to see if they kick to Marvin's Gene here.
He's kicking right down this left. That'll be Humphreys. He'll pick the ball up at the 5-yard line to the 10, into the 20. Misses the tackle, sheds the tackle, gets it out to about the 24-yard line. 6:15 to play here in the first quarter. Cats trail 19-6. Howland will bring the boys back out. I think, like we said, it'd be really nice for them to establish some kind of a ground game or even a short passing game. Pasquale has not caught a pass yet. I haven't targeted Allard or Marvin's. So is he looking at level way too much, and Chelmsford's reading that?
I wouldn't say he's looking at level too much. I'd say he goes where he's comfortable, and I know him and Level have been working out a lot over the summer. And, you know, when everything fails, Jim, you go back to what you're comfortable with in any sport.
That is very true. Gene is low to us. This is the first time we've seen him on this side of the field. Allard and Level deep. Dwyer in the backfield. That's not Dwyer, that's Humphreys. They put Humphrey in the backfield, and he has nowhere to go. Game is being dominated on the offensive and defensive line, obviously, with Chelmsford.
They just have some big boys who like to get through the line. They're a very physical team, they're a big team, and they're a fast team. The Wildcats just need to neutralize that by getting aggressive up front and playing big.
All right, 2nd down and 10. Haller to bring the boys out. Level split way wide. He's got man-to-man coverage. DeLucia comes in motion. Somebody moved. It looks like the right tackle. It's tough to beat offensive linemen. The only time you get your props is when they get a penalty. So that'll move them back 5 yards. You don't want to be behind the sticks. We knew coming into this game it would be a difficult contest for the Cats with Merrimack Valley Conference, a bigger school, but it's a good way to measure up where we are. A nice long pass there to help us get off the nice start. It'd be nice to see more of that, but I just want to see Mark get more into rhythm here.
That's just what we got to focus on.
Oh, that's Humphreys, the freshman. He floated that out there. We don't want to see that. Humphrey, the freshman, gets rocked. It'll be 3rd down at 14-yard lines. 3rd down at 15. As a quarterback, is that something you want to see done, Braedon?
No, I get why he threw the high ball. The defense was in his face, but at the same time, I feel like sometimes we call it a death ball because the ball can get you very, very hurt.
Yes, and Humphreys felt that hit all the way up here.
I do have to give my props to him. He's a tough kid.
You're going to be offsides on Marvin. See, this is the other thing. You can't make mistakes against a team like this either. Turnovers, long plays, 2 penalties here in this drive are going to make it 3rd and 20. I don't know if they have a 3rd and 20 play in the playbook, but I always chalk it up to every time you play a game, you want to learn something. So hopefully this will be something we'll build and grow on. Very young team, like you said last week. So Haller, you just want to turn the ball over, pick up a couple yards that Kenny kick. Oh, nice pay to Lovell, but they cover that well. That'll pick up about 3 or 4 yards. It'll be 4th down and 16 to go. 4th and 15 to go. That was about a 6-yard pickup for the Cats. Brantley will be kicking again. Now right here, they're going to send Duggan and Brooks back deep here?
Yeah.
In reality, do you just kick away from them?
Honestly, I try and kick as close to the sideline as possible and tell my line pick a side and go.
There you go. Good kick. Kenny gets to the right side.
Just about what Kenny did right
That'll
there.
Bounce. Don't touch it. Is that 15 out there?
Number 15, senior Josiah Hintz.
Josiah Hintz out on is that 15 or 16?
15, senior Josiah Hintz.
Yeah, my eyes are bad. Oh, yeah, it was 15. Josiah Hintz. That's a good play. He got there, didn't touch it. Chelmsford's going to start on their own, let's say 40.
There's good football IQ there. He knew what he was doing. He made the play.
Let's see where they mark this. They're going to spot this at the 42-yard line. So if they give up another one-play touchdown, Braedon, I know with my math, that would be a 58-yard touchdown. How about that? All right. Hart brings them out over the football. Cats are going to try to eliminate the big play here. Try to get their speed back. They go right to the spot where they are wide open. And again, a missed tackle. He's going to go all the way. Another missed tackle. And number 0, that's Brooks.
Jim, I think you spoke it into existence there.
Huh?
I think you spoke it into existence there.
I didn't speak anything. A 58-yard touchdown. I'm not liking these lights going on and off. They've made 4 plays since they turned it over and all touchdowns. 58 yards. Brooks. McConnell will be out to kick. Patrick McConnell, a junior kicker. 25-6, Cats trail. We still have 3:58 to play here in the first quarter. I'm going to miss my dinner, my dinner reservations, I think, tonight. Not going to be good. It's good we're not live because my wife will be calling me on the phone and say, you told me you were going to be home like at 8 o'clock.
And there's a false start by number 75, left tackle for the Chelmsford Lions. That's a start.
And I'll push him back 5 yards.
By Alex Bronco, junior offensive and defensive lineman. Another kid in the 6-foot club.
They got a lot of 6-foot, 200-pounders.
They do.
Just what the doctor ordered. But again, we're going to see that in the Middlesex League anyway, although we don't play the big schools in Middlesex League. All right, clock. They are going to go for it here now that they're trunked back 8 yards. So 8 yards to go. They're going to go for 2. This would be the time we can stop them. Oh, nice play. Oh, he picks it off.
He
himself.
catches his own pass.
Unbelievable. You know what? It can't go any worse for the Wildcats tonight.
I do have to shout out number 7, Ryan Hart, senior quarterback. And I believe he's also a captain for the Chelmsford Lions. Catching your own pass is a very hard thing to do. And then getting in the end zone on top of that, another good thing.
Again, the Wildcats did the right thing, got their hands up, knocked the ball, just happened to go right back to him, picks up and scores. 3:58 to play, first quarter action. Cats trail 27-6.
If I was a football coach, a big thing I'd preach when you get your hands up there is you follow the ball to the ground.
Again,
your hand should be at the same level as the ball so it blocks the ball.
We'll take that as a learning experience for our Cats.
Jean and Humphrey back deep. Marvin's has been very quiet this game.
Well, we've been except for the long pass, I think offensively the Cats have been quiet. Defense, they've even had a chance to establish any kind of defense as they've scored on 4 consecutive plays.
Marvin's is starting to tilt over a little bit. Looks like he's getting ready to block.
He'll kick it out. He'll let that bounce out of bounds. There, that's a positive play.
There's good field awareness there by
Humphreys.
Freshman Brody Humphrey.
All right, Howland will bring us out.
Looks to be a bit of talking between the two teams.
Yeah, I don't think there's much talking going on from the Wildcats side. Down 27-6, not even 8 minutes into the, just 8 minutes into the first quarter. Make for a long Gabriel comes off, takes a knee. All right, set the ball down to the 35-yard line of the penalty for kicking the ball out of bounds. Be first down and 10. 3:58 to play. 27-6, the Cats trail. Here we go. Halloran over the ball. Same unit we have out there. It looks like it's Humphreys in the backfield. Halloran will take the inside handoff. That's not Humphreys, that's Dwyer. Dwyer gets pancaked down.
Again, Thomas Brown just penetrating the offensive line, and
Dwyer's going to see a lot of that if we try to run that ball over the middle. Cats are going to have to try to figure out a way to give Halloran enough time and then open up some kind of hole so you get some kind of, draw, delay, counter kind of action, because that's the only thing that might work here. Second down 12, 3:31 to play, first quarter. Halloran's going to let the clock run. There's 10 seconds left as the official holds his hand up. He's going to wait. 5, there you go, good snap. Handoff inside to Dwyer. Force up the middle, they'll pick up no yards on that again. I don't think that play's working too well, Braedon.
No, there's some tough running by the Wildcats, but ultimately there's nothing we can really do if the play's not working. If they're getting through the line needs to work on their pulls, getting up and hitting.
All right, we'll go to 3rd down and 10. The only good news about there is the clock runs 6 is limping around a little bit out there.
Trainer on the field here for the Lions.
That's Lupoli, I think, who has scored one of the touchdowns.
Yeah, it's a shame to see anybody go down. It looks to be either an ankle or a leg injury.
Yeah, one thing we don't do is speculate. Great. So it's a lower body injury.
Lower body.
No, I'm kidding. Braid's learning. He'll learn. And with because he'll probably come back and score an 80-yard touchdown. 2:40 to play. 3rd down and 10. Back to pass, Halloran. Oh, he had Lovell. He's a little early on that pass. He had the time there. He let that run. Cats are going to kick. 2:31 to play, another 3 and out. So that's their 4th 3 and out. With the 1 touchdown, actually 3 and outs, touchdown pass, turnover. It's a shame they're really struggling offensively. The defensive line of Chelmsford is completely dominating the football game.
Kenny Brantley has really been the star of the game tonight with his punts.
Right.
Seeing more action than I think he will for a few weeks.
It's going to be caught short, fumbled, falls on it. That's the best punt we've had. Okay, they picked the ball up. That was Brooks. Tried to run with it before he caught it. Picks the ball up, and they'll spot it at the Chelmsford 45-yard line. Let's see if the Cats can get out of here with at least make a stop on one of these plays.
I'm going to say it now. A stop is a big morale booster for the Wildcats. We just need to get low. We need a hit, and we need to stop falling for whatever fake things that they're doing.
I don't know so much. I'm wondering if we watch the replay, we could do that. I wonder if coaches watch it too. Is it really the fakes, or are they just getting to the edge? So Gabriel's got that side, and Kenny Brantley's got this side. Are they getting to the edge too much and too quick, and their speed is causing us to just miss tackles?
I'll bring up that screen play they had when their slot receiver went out and blocked the corner.
Yep.
The corner should have known to shed and get right inside. Get inside and then maintain the outside.
All right, 1st down and 10. Inside handoff, and he breaks another tackle, Finally, the Cats will maybe bring him down. They do finally after a 15-yard pickup. Flag on the field. The quarterback picks up the flag. That should be a holding back in that spot. This would be my guess. That was Brooks with the run. They'll bring it all the way back. So the reason you don't pick up the flag there is that's the spot of the foul is my guess. So it'll be a 10-yard holding penalty. First negative play after the turnover for our friends from Chelmsford. So it'll be 1st down and 10, 2:15 to play, still in the first quarter.
This is a positive sign here for the Wildcats, because now they got 20 yards to work with. If we can bring them down.
Yes, see if we can turn them over and downs and get the ball back. All right, Hart will bring them back over top.
Kenny Brantley back out there on the edge.
Yeah, Brantley on the edge. They're going Gabriel on the weak side edge all the time. And it seems to me they're going at the right side of our defense.
And there's
That'll
a
be
false start
again
by number 55, Hunter Hoffman, another junior O-line.
Is that 20 in motion? I can't even see that number anymore.
I believe 20 was in motion, yes.
That's Frankie Franconi. So he's probably getting a lot more players in.
A sophomore.
And 12 is Nolan Smith, also a sophomore. So he's starting to rotate some of his other players there with the big league, get them some touches. All right, it'll be 1st down and 24 yards. Bring it out, they'll go to the sweep, fake it, he'll take it right up the middle. Oh, there you go, big tackle. Who was that? Is that Madden?
That was Timmy Watson and Noah Madden.
With another good tackle. And getting up slow on the play is 67, which is Gabe Borges, I think, as well.
That is Noah Matten's number 67.
Noah Matten's 67, okay.
Gabriel Borges, number 70.
67, Noah Matson.
All right, so that's actually good news. Second down, 21 to go. Cats need to make a stop here. Get Bagtaz, Allard, Lovell, and McCauley deep. Oh, Watson had him. He let him go. Got to stay the edge there. Who's over there, Gabriel? Got to stay your edge. Got to make that tackle.
Jake
He'll pick up about
McCauley
14
and Connor
yards.
Lovell on the tackle.
That tackle was made by McCauley coming up from the safety spot. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
Gain of 11 on the play.
Watson, again, second time this game, he's really shot the gap on their offensive line, and that action towards the quarterback just missed him a little bit in the backfield.
That's just a good play by the quarterback, having good pocket presence and awareness with that spin move.
33 seconds left to play. 3rd down and 10, first quarter. Oh, high snap. This quarterback really does a good job. They're going to throw the screen pass. It'll be dropped. That'll be 4th down and 10.
We're forcing a punt for the first time this game, Jim.
Yes, you're correct. That pass was to DeLong, number 8. Again, I like their quarterback. He does a really good job in maintaining his composure. Threw that ball a little bit high, but he did a good job with the rush and everything. So back to receive for the Cats.
Julian Martins and Brody Humphrey.
Julian Martins, 2 freshmen and a sophomore.
Julian Martin's a quarterback now, Jim, as we've discovered
That's
last
what they
week.
said. I don't know if I'm happy about that as a baseball coach, but he's the quarterback. They've been kicking. There's no first punt, so we'll see what happens. 3rd down and 10. 22 seconds left in the quarter. Cats are going to try to actually start to establish some kind of offense. Flag for delay of game. No, that's a move. That was called out. Braedon, that was called out for 50 yards down the field.
You know, if a ref has a good eye, he has a good eye, Jim.
Good eye saw the procedure, called it. And they didn't come up to 5 yards. The coach had to yell at the 2 youngsters. All right, here we go. 20 seconds left, 19 as the clock counts down. Kick is up. I can't even see it that way. Martins drops it, gets pummeled. And I think that Julian Martins got a little flustered on that one, dropped that. Ball's recovered by Chelmsford at their own 20-yard line. Cats will turn it over again. 20-yard line, 8 seconds left, so this will be the last play. So turnovers for the Cats, that's their second one.
Seems like the first quarter has been about the first half, Jim.
Yeah, it feels like it.
Our live time right now is 7:43.
Yeah,
It's at a
running
43
time
minute
about
first
43
quarter.
minutes.
First and 10 from the Wilmington 20.
And Halloran with the interception. All right, first and 10 at the 20, 8 seconds left. This will mercifully be the last play of the game. Of the quarter, excuse me. I must be dreaming here. In mode, that'll be another penalty. Illegal motion, 2 guys. I think 2 guys went in motion at the same time. Oh, they called delay a game. Interesting. All right, they'll bring it back. Hart will still run the offense. All their big men are up front. He's substituting in his skill position players, as I think their skill position players are tired from all the running they had to do in that first quarter.
Yeah, you know, and getting some young guys some experience in a game, you know, it's never a bad thing.
The inside handoff. Is that Duggan, 21? Good tackle there. There's going to be a holding penalty on 52 here behind the play. That'll end the quarter. So 27-6 is the end. At the end of the first quarter, we're going to hear the penalty. Most likely going to be a holding. 52 hold. He was holding, I think, Kenny Braley as he was going way back behind the play. So as we end the first quarter, we're waiting for this penalty call. It'll be a 10-yard holding penalty. We'll push them back to a second down and about 19 to the Wilmington 30-yard line. So at the end of the first quarter, Chelmsford 27, Wilmington 6. We'll be back with second quarter action after this.
WCTV is powered by Critical Mass Solar. Harness the power of the sun. Leader Bank Austin Steiff. Lender NMLS number 449250. WCTV Sports is powered by Red Heat American Tavern. Under the Lights is sponsored by Atlantic Behavioral Health, B&B Training and Development, CMS Plumbing and Heating, Code 1 Barbecue, Dandelions Ice Cream, DiPerzio Construction, Frango's Chicken Fingers, Wilmington Knights of Columbus, Mayflower, Mike Capistran Athletics, RSM, Tremezzo, Designs by Dawn, and John Stewart and Drain Cleaning.
All right, back here action at Wilmington High School versus the Chelmsford Lions. Second quarter action about to begin. Let's turn it over to Braedon Almas.
3 out to the right for the Lions. Inside handoff to number 8, I believe, and he gets outside, and there's no chance for anyone from Wilmington to tackle him. Dylan Dulong, sophomore running back, touchdown for the Chelmsford Lions. That's going to bring the score to 33-6 with 11:52 coming into the second
Another
quarter.
big play which the Cats have to really try to figure out. Again, they got the edge. They're getting the edge all night. So whoever's here the ends on the edge here got to cut the edge. Lovell got clipped a little bit out there, blocked nice and clean. But again, the Cats are struggling with plays around the edge with the speed of the Lions.
And all we have to do is really get outside, get low, and make a tackle. It's all we have to do, and we're just failing at doing it. And it's frustrating to watch, as I imagine Coach Turner's feeling very frustrated. I imagine the Wildcats are feeling frustrated, but we just have to keep moving, keep going on with our days.
I will say, before the kick, we got a beautiful moon coming up over here to my right.
It's a beautiful landscape here.
It is. Beautiful moon. It's like the old man yells at the beautiful moon for this game. All right, they'll kick the extra point again, trying to. They've been successful once. They missed once. They went for 2 on a deflection. Unbelievable.
And there's a flag on the play. Chelmsford's having trouble lining up.
Again, it's the first game for both teams in reality after a couple of scrimmage games. They've played full rules. This is where you hopefully get all the work the kinks out, because when North Reading comes to town next week, the Cats have to be ready to play. And I think one of the things they really got to understand is they got to look at what's really happened here in this first half. And I would say every play has been around the edge. Not funneling things back like you had said earlier. We got to really maintain the edge. So it'll be a 25-yard extra point attempt. And Temple. Wilmington's offside. That'll be good.
And there's another flag on the field.
And they're going to. Oh, God. This is like a torture for us out here. Nope. They're going to call it, and they're going to move back 5 more yards. It'll be a 30-yard extra point attempt. Sometime this game will. Sort of like the game last night, like the Chiefs game last night. They kept calling that new play on Stanley. If they'd being lined up wrong, and they kept throwing flags. The first quarter was just like interminable. Two great teams with a very, very long interminable quarter, just like this one. They're going to make O'Connell kick this one from 30 yards out.
I had to turn that game off last night, Jim. I couldn't watch it.
Because you were falling asleep. No, you couldn't watch it because you were partying down there at Bridgewater, right?
Jim, I don't party.
Okay, good.
Never one time in my life.
There you go. I like to hear that.
O'Connell looks to kick here. Dug in the holder. Wildcats have got good pressure on these PATs.
Oh, he almost got that. It's good. Lovell, if he dove, he gets that, but he's pissing himself. They go with the lights again.
With 11:52 left in the second quarter, Wildcats are down by 28 points to the Chelmsford Lions. Thomas Brown, you can see jogging off the field now, has been a big impact on both sides of the ball for the Chelmsford Lions, making a bunch of plays defensively and, for lack of better words, bullying the offensive line of Wilmington.
That's a pretty good use of the words. All right, so we are here at WCTV. Today we're on tape. Next week we're going to be live. You're going to get to hear the dulcet tones of my good friend Braedon Almas. A little bit later in the corner, we've got a special guest going to do some color for us.
Julien Cella.
No, don't give up the special guest till he gets here.
We'll cut that out and edit.
Oh, no, don't have to worry about that. We will have somebody come in to do that, some special color for us, so Braedon can take over the play-by-play. Because we're on offense, I think, because I know our plays, I'm going to do the play-by-play here. 11:52 to play. There's the opening kickoff. He kicks it all the way left all the time. That'll be Humphreys to the 20 to 25. Oh, big stick. Knocked down at the 30.
You got to, really give Brody Humphrey his props. He's a freshman. He's taking these hits like a man.
See if he brings out the offense again. I mean, you got to keep plugging away the offense. So we got 11:47 to play here in the first quarter. Like my good friend Braedon Almas said, it has been a long quarter. Cats are going to try to run some offense. Hey, we just want to remind everybody, if I get my glasses out, Wildcat WCTV coverage is powered by Critical Mass Solar. Harness the power of the sun, and Leader Bank, Austin Stifel, lender, and NMLS number 449250. Those are two powered by sponsors. Critical Mass Solar, Lender Bank, Austin Stifel. Appreciate all they do to help you bring all kind of Wilmington stuff in. And it looks like Humphrey's going to see the trainer. Dwyer in the backfield with Halloran. They're going to call something there. Somebody moved on the offensive line. Who?
I couldn't tell you who moved, Jim. I was looking down at Brody Humphrey trying to make sure he's okay.
Yeah, they're going to check him again. We don't speculate on injuries. That'll drop us back. The one thing I learned watching college football is you never want to be behind the sticks, because behind the sticks gives the offensive line the defense an opportunity to just completely bull rush. Allard in motion, they hand it off to him, and he gets met behind the line of scrimmage.
He's brought down almost immediately, Jim.
Right.
They're just penetrating the offensive line really well, getting into that backfield and making a tackle. There's not much we can do there. We just have to block.
11:36 to play. It'll be second down and 15 for the Cats. Actually, more than second down and 15. It's got to be second down and I'm counting that to be second down and 17, 18 yards.
Second down and 18, Jim.
Halloran with Dwyer in the backfield. Very young team out there except for Lovell. Fakes the inside hander, throws it. A nice little cut play. That's Lovell again. Met in the backfield, picks up a good 8-9 yards.
Connor
9-yard pickup.
Connor Lovell, that's what he's good at. He's good at making that catch and getting upfield. He doesn't wait too long going side to side. He gets right upfield for a good gain of the yard.
Then understand to go north-south. Cats will be behind the chains again. It'll be third down and 8. Halloran, big play here. Cats want to keep running clock, but they also want to keep moving the football forward. Back to pass. Got wide open space. There'll be a hold coming back here. They're coming back. Halloran had open space. It looks like they're trying to get both Lovell and Allard deep on the left side. And they just almost have Marvin's as a decoy here on the short side.
Marvin's was running to come back.
It's going to be a hold on the Wildcats. I would surprise. Why does he just decline that and make us punt?
All he's doing is giving the Wildcats another chance for a first down.
I think he is going to decline this. Nope. Again, it's the first game for the officials as well, so we'll see. They're going to take the penalty, push us back. So that'll make it third and 18. I just got my spotter up here telling me there's some North Reading players here to watch. I don't know if they're really going to enjoy what they're watching. They're going to hope they don't play Chelmsford next week. All right, third down and 18. Halloran in the back. Drops back the pass, going to throw deep. He's got Lovell dropped the ball right through the wickets.
Beautiful ball by Mark Halloran
right there. Lovell going to get his hands there. Be fourth down and 18. Cats are going to have to punt.
That just happens sometimes when you hear footsteps. You get nervous, you drop the ball. But, again, a beautiful ball there by Mark Halloran, sophomore quarterback. If we catch that ball, who knows, Connor Lovell might be dancing in the end zone right now.
That is correct. I think that play's been open a couple times. If Halloran gets the time to throw that, so if the offensive line could get him enough time, I think Allard and Lovell have been open enough, but maybe the roots are just a little bit too deep. DeLucia's got to come in on the kick team. That's another name we haven't called a lot. Pat DeLucia was big in the offense last week against Medford. He hasn't seen a pass or a touch all game. Brantley with a high snap. He's going to have to pick it up. Don't go down, Kenny. Just kick it. Oh, Kenny throws it out of the end zone. That's actually a pretty good play.
You know what? Kenny played a little bit of quarterback his junior year for the
Kenny Brantley,
Wildcats.
just throws. It'll be an incomplete pass. So the Chelmsford will pick up the ball on their own 22-yard line, on Wilmington's 22-yard line. Again, a bad snap. Cats have a lot. I've also noticed in reality there's been some snapping, not issues, but I mean, the quarterback hasn't had a good clean snap as well, Braedon. How does that impact the quarterback?
It impacts the quarterback because if the snap needs to be consistent with Elijah's snaps last year and even some of Noah Mattin's, they're right at your chest. You know exactly where they're going to be. Luke Cushing, it's his first year at the position, and I commend the kid for it. He's doing his best, but sometimes the ball's a little high, sometimes it's a little low, and if you don't have the consistency and the flow of a good snap every time, that's going to throw off the connection between the quarterback and the center.
3-3-1-1-0.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't know who's snapping. I'm not sure who's snapping the punt there.
For the punt, it's Colin Dwyer.
Dwyer snapping the long snap.
Dwyer's long snapping.
And again, Dwyer's played both offense and defense. He's gotten beat up a little bit on offense. Not that it's not understandable. All right, we get back to Hart back at quarterback. Can't see the numbers. Looks like he's got his full self change. He's got Brooks here close to me. They'll throw quick, that little quick hook, and that. You know, I'll say something. He's going to get knocked out of bounds there by.
There's just a lack of physicality over there. It looked like.
Jimmy Watson. You know what it looks like is they're doing, and then maybe we can talk about this. Is what they got is they do that little hook, and the other receiver is blocking the cornerback, so it's opening. So the quarterback's got to shed that block. It's hard to see that from here, but I think that's what Timmy Watson with a good play going back to knock that out.
Timmy Watson does make a good play, but, you know, safeties there have to come up and make the hit, and we just look timid right now.
Quarterback will take it by himself up the middle for a touchdown.
Untouched.
All right, here go the lights again.
That brings it to 40-6 with 9 minutes and 34 seconds left.
Cats are getting absolutely destroyed here defensively. And again, they're big up front. They've been dominating the line of scrimmage, both sides of the ball. Again, key to the game, if you really want to, is make sure you shed your block and make the tackle. Getting into open space. The Cats defensive backs haven't really been solid with their tackling either. So here's another extra point attempt. 9:34 to play, like you said, 40-6. Cats trail here in the second quarter at Simeon Alumni Stadium. Kick is up and it's good. I will be interested to see when Chelmsford calls the dogs off, even though it counts for their stats. They might have a couple seniors looking for some running number stats that'll help them with their recruiting as well. We chose to play the game, so we got to play against them, and that's really where we're sitting. Looks like we're getting ready to send their first offense back out again and see if they can develop at least some kind of rhythm. So I'm going to hand it over to Braedon's going to take color. I'll take play-by-play. We're going to bring, what's your name, Julien Cella? Is that your name? Cella, and I know, I'm just giving Cella a buzz. These guys were both wrestlers as well as football players. Julian's a phenomenal wrestler too, I think, as well. You wrestling in college? No? Studying? That's what I like to hear. All right, so we're going to hand it over to Braedon and Julien.
All right. Number 17 looks to kick the ball to the Wildcats. Marvin Jean and Julian Martin's back deep. And the kickoff is to Marvin Jean. Marvin's makes the catch, looks upfield. Oh, he stays up.
Stays going.
Down about just the 35. Wildcat offense led by Mark Holleran looks to come onto the field. I'm joined by senior class of 2024, Julien Cella, who just graduated. Julien, what have you seen from the Wildcats so far tonight? What do you think we need to improve?
I've seen quite a lot of runs that have been tackled. We need to work on our mobility, just moving around, not running straight into the people. And we need to hit the weight room.
It does look like we have a much smaller team than we did last year. Last year, before every practice, we'd be in the weight room almost every day.
Correct.
I think these kids, you know, they might be lifting, but we need to get them lifting more and need to put some of them on creatine.
Yes.
All right, the Wildcats, Coach Turner looks to be giving a speech to them. Starting on the right hash of the 35-yard line.
How much am I supposed to be talking? How much am I supposed to be talking?
Whatever I talk to. All right, first offense back out there. Colin Dwyer back at running back due to the injury with Brody Humphrey. We here at WCTV wish Braedon Humphrey all the best in his recovery. Mark looks to take the snap. Hands off to Colin Dwyer, and a gain of a few yards there for Dwyer.
Good couple of yards.
You know, the hole opened up there, and it looks to be a gain of 4 yards, so 2nd down and 6 for the Wildcats. The Wildcats are running more of a up-tempo, hurry-up kind of offense this year, which is something we haven't done in years prior, and it looks to be, you know, somewhat effective for them.
2nd and 6 from the 39.
All right, and Mark goes to take the snap. Pasquale in motion. And Mark Holleran keeps it and looks to fight for the 1st down. There's a level of grit we need to see from Mark Holleran. He doesn't mind putting his shoulder in, but he also loves making someone miss.
Good run, good job by Mark getting the 1st there.
You know, with the injuries to Aiden Bellevue, Gus Lambert, and now Braedon Humphrey, what do you think Colin Dwyer needs to do to step up here as a former running back wearing your former number?
I think he did a good job there. He needs to keep using his legs, drive into the ground, and keep running forwards. He did a good job there. He didn't stop pumping his legs. As long as he keeps moving his legs, he should be able to use a little more power than the other running backs had there.
Run there for Dwyer, gain of about 1. Mark looks back at Coach Turner to get the play. So it's going to be about 2nd down and 9, I believe. That's a gain of 3. 3 or 2. Let's go 2nd down and 8 there. Marvin's Jean out wide towards us. Connor Lovell far end of the field with Allard in the slot. And there's a flag on the play on Chelmsford. It's going to be a 1st down for the Wildcats. My mistake there. I do not believe it'll be a 1st down, but it will be 2nd and 7 for the Wildcats.
2nd and 3.
3. Yeah, Julian's right. He is 2nd and 3. I was thinking with the 3 yards there. All right, Mark looks to take the snap. Haven't seen much of Marvin's Jean on offense, but we got a flash of him on the kick return. He's dangerous with the ball in his hands. Mark's
looking left.
Rolls out.
He kept it, brought it to the 1, got 2 yards out of that play.
Only about a yard left. It looks to be about 3rd and 1/3 in inches. And I think at this point in the game, the Wildcats have nothing to lose. We just need to keep it going, keep it going. Noah Matten on the sideline here. Connor Lovell and Marvin Jean switch field, again with Allard in the slot. Dwyer to his right. And that's offsides by Wilmington's Connor Lovell. He got excited there, went a little early, and you can see Coach Turner's frustration there. Julian, back when we both played, we graduated the same year, how important was it in big games for us to keep on sides and wait for them to snap the ball and wait for our own team to snap the ball? We had a few mishaps with guys like Clyde Lambert doing that. How important do you think that is to the team just to be able to stay on sides and stay disciplined?
I think it's very important. If we keep having penalties like this, it can make a huge difference. Obviously, we're down 35 points right now, so if we keep getting marked back, we need these 1-yard gains getting us over the first down here.
And Allard is here, or not Allard, Holleran here that looks to take the snap. Allard in motion, fake handoff, and a few yards for Mark. I will say Mark is very tough. Mark doesn't mind taking the hit. It was a good call there. I think Allard would have gotten hit by the DN fairly early there. It is 4th down and 5. The Wildcats look to go for it, and I mean, here you have nothing to lose.
Perfectly on the 50, halfway in the middle of the field, halfway to the pylon. Not the pylon,
the pylon, you're right.
The pylon, okay.
Allard in the slot, Marvin's Jean closest to us. Hollard looks to take the snap. Drops back, looks, fires to Colin Allard, and it is overthrown and incomplete. You know, even last year when number 18, Pat DeLucia, as we call him, Pasquale, was a sophomore, we used him a lot. What do you think of them not using him this game? He hasn't gotten many looks on offense.
Yeah, that's a little disappointing. If you start one year and the next year you're not seeing the field as much, it is disappointing. I saw that myself. My junior year I played almost all the time. starting most of the time both ways, and then my senior year I was off the field quite a bit, so I can understand the frustration there from Pat.
And, you know, everybody here understands the frustration from Pasquale, and he had, I believe, 2 touchdowns last week versus Medford. He was very involved, and we haven't looked at him this game, and it's got to be frustrating.
I was not there. I'd be questioning myself if I were him, even though he might not be doing anything wrong.
Ryan Hart looks to take the snap, fires a screen to number 21, Duggan, and big hit by Timmy Watson there. Timmy Watson's a guy all game. He caused a fumble early in the first quarter, making some big hits, getting into the backfield, and really rushing that quarterback. And you see there, he sees that running back stays level, stays flat, and makes a big hit. Gain of 3.
From the Wilmington 47.
Again, Hart looks to take the snap. Gable Gray out closest to us, a wide receiver. And it's a handoff up the middle to number 8.
Oh, no.
And
oh, no.
He looks to take it to the house.
The ball could have caught up there. He slowed down.
There just looks to be a lack of physicality from the Wildcats.
Absolutely.
And, you know, all you can do to do that is get more comfortable hitting. You got to wrap up and you got to hit people.
I don't know if that's not enough hitting in practice, like just not being comfortable with it, or if they're just fearful of the size and power of Chelmsford. Maybe we need to get stronger. Maybe we need to hit more.
They are a fairly young team. As we know, they're a majority of junior and sophomore. There's only a few seniors. And, you know, I can understand if they're a little timid to hit, but at one point when we played North Reading and the game matters, we cannot be timid when it comes down to it. 17 looks to kick again. And and they fake it. But there's a flag on the play.
Does get in. What is the split looking like for our age groups here, freshmen, sophomore, junior, seniors?
I believe there is the majority of the team playing right now would be sophomores and juniors, with a few freshmen, with the likes of Brody Humphrey, obviously, playing as well. And like Collar Dwyer, a junior who saw little to no varsity action last year, big JV player, is getting in there. And Kyle Gabry, I mean, he is a senior, but he's taken a year off of football, so, you know, it's not exactly his world at the moment. But we got Jake McCauley. Max Bagtaz, a sophomore, starting out there at corner. He's played pretty well. Number 17, McConnell, goes to kick. And it is through the uprights to make the score 48-6. That is a 42-point lead for the Chelmsford Lions, and the Wildcats look to receive the ball.
That's basically 8-1.
Ball carried by number 8, Dylan Duong, who runs 47 yards for the Chelmsford touchdown. Points after by number 17, Patrick McConnell, to make the score 48-6 with 4 minutes and 36 seconds left in the second quarter.
You know, it's just unfortunate for the Wildcats. We came out with a strong start with an 85-yard touchdown pass from Mark Holler into Connor Lovell. And now it looks like we've lost all hope. If you look on the sidelines right now, we're all hanging our heads, we're all sad, and that's one thing that you cannot be doing no matter how bad the conditions are. You have to play like you have a chance to win the game.
Every time. Always play like it's 0-0.
They
seem like they need to pick me up.
McConnell looks to kick, and we're hopeful Marvin Jean gets the return here. Not to discredit Julian Martins, but Marvin Jean is looking to make his impact on the offensive side of the ball.
I believe Marvin's is a little bit quicker, is that right?
That is true. Marvin fields it at the 10. Looks for open running room. A good move.
Can't be running sideways. Keep going forwards. Keep going forwards.
And there's the elusiveness and mobility of Marvin Jean. He just avoided 4 tackles. And that's somebody that Coach Turner has to learn how to get the ball in his hands, because he can make those plays on offense as well. 4 minutes and 28 seconds left to go from Simoni Stadium. Chelmsford 48, Wildcats 6. Thank you for tuning in to WCTV's broadcast. This is not recorded live, this is recorded, and this will be put on YouTube in the following days. Again, not a great game for the Wildcats, but this is definitely a good test to see what we need to do, what we need to improve on, and what we need to work on in practice. And I think the big thing, and I think Julian will agree with me, is the physicality and strength of the Wildcats needs to skyrocket.
Correct. Which is difficult because of their age.
And, you know, it's just a learning curve that they're going to have to learn how to avoid. Mark looks to take the snap. Marvin's all alone. And Marvin's went early there.
And we are, I believe, they're a Division I team, correct?
I do believe they are a Division I team. And the Wildcats are Division 5.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Wrong sport. Wrestling's 3, I think. Yeah, wrong sport.
but you know, the Wildcats, it's not a great look for them, first down and 15, but we just got to keep it going. We got to keep that momentum going. We got to get our momentum going. Holleran looks to take the snap. Handoff to Colin Dwyer, and he breaks a tackle. And I think he gets about a yard or 2 on the play, makes it about 2nd and 13.
Stop on the play by number 9, Jack Higgins.
Chelmsford with a good tackle there, and Marvins and Lovell with Allard look to reverse field there. You know, it's unfortunate for the Wildcats because you obviously want a good pick-me-up, and we played well faring into the 4th quarter versus Medford, but we just need to pick it up here. Holleran takes the snap, looks, fires to Lovell. Lovell with some open space.
Good catch, great space.
On
nice
Lovell
hit.
runs over number 11.
Good 17 yards there.
That was a great play. Great call by Coach Turner there, seeing that open up. And Connor Lovell's another kid, 3-sport varsity captain, who's elusive, has good hands, and can really get up and down the field. He knows to go north-south instead of east-west. And, you know, that was the thing we've struggled with in years past. And you as a running back, I think you can attest, sometimes you've gone a little too far to the side and not far up.
Absolutely.
Mark looks to take the snap here. Drops back, a little bit of pressure. Fires, it's just a little low, and Mark's frustrated with himself.
Lavelle is pretty quick for a man of his size. Is he 6'2", 190
Yeah.
or so?
You know, the ball is intended for Connor Lovell there, just a little low, but you can't even be mad. Marks has more pressure in his face than he's probably ever seen, and he's doing his best to deliver the ball. He's young, and we're looking for him to make great strides this year. Again, Holleran looks to take the snap. Dwyer to his right. Marvin's out alone over here. And a good ball.
Wow, catch that.
And I believe that's caught. What a catch by senior wide receiver Connor Lovell. Great ball by Mark Holleran. And that's first down in Lions territory, a few yards short of the red zone.
Balled it up, caught it.
And, you know, that's the thing we've always preached, never give up on the play, never give up on the play. And the Wildcats show why you never give up on a play there. Connor Lovell threw some controversy, threw a little bit of bobble in the ball, catches it. Let's get that momentum going. Mark looks to be a little bit of confusion on the play here.
All heads are turned. There we go.
Mark goes to take the snap. Dwyer to his right. That linebacker's creeping up there. I think they're showing blitz. Oh, and he steps up into the pocket.
Hits the ref. Stiff arm, double stiff arm, takes 3 of them.
And as much as Mark is a sophomore in high school, Mark is a grown man for having 4 people on him and taking that hit and getting right up.
And running right through a zebra.
And you know what? Sometimes you got to do what you have to do. We all know it. Wildcats are officially in the red zone for the first time all game.
I really hope that ref is apologizing for getting in his way and not yelling at him for hitting him.
You know, sometimes the referees need to learn to move too. Mark looks to take the snap. Dwyer to his right, and there is a flag on the play on Chelmsford, so we're going to get a few free yards here.
Good to see.
This is a phenomenal drive for the Wildcats. This is the most alive we've looked all game.
Other than, of course, the 85-yard run. Was it pass or run?
You're doing good.
Where did he catch it?
Okay.
So he caught it like at the 40 and then 60 yards.
Holleran takes the snap. Handoff to Dwyer. Dwyer hits the hole well.
Oh, and he gets pushed back.
But, you know, there's no lack of toughness from Colin Dwyer. He really just lays his shoulder in there, does what he needs to do to make that play. 1:31 left in the second quarter for the Wildcats are down by 42. Holleran still in the shotgun. Marvin's Jean out wide. And I think there's a timeout there by Chelmsford.
All right, bringing it back here. Mr. Boyle has arrived. Julien, great job. We'll bring him back for the third quarter. Got to get these guys trained off. I like to see good action for Mr. Cella and Mr. Almas. Just want to go again. WCTV is powered by Critical Mass Solar, and Leader Bank, Austin Stifle. WCTV Sports is powered by Red Heat, American Tavern. Under the Lights is sponsored by Atlantic Behavioral Health, B&B Training and Development, CMS Plumbing and Heating, Code 1 Barbecue, Dandelions Ice Cream, Deep Passerio Construction, Franco's Chicken Fingers, Wilmington Knights of Columbus, Mayflower, Mike Capistran Athletics, RSM Tremezzo, Designed by Dawn, John Sewer and Drain Cleaning. Those are our sponsors. We want to thank them. We appreciate it. We know we run a little bit of a clip before and after the game with the sponsors logos, but we would be able to be bringing you these games from Chelmsford if we didn't have our sponsors. 1:12 left here in the third quarter. We're going to let Braedon take us in.
All right, Mark looks to take the snap. Marvin Jean out wide to the right. Connor Lovell out to the left with Colin Allard again in the slot. Pasquale lines up at that wing, tight end kind of like position. Dwyer to the left. And Mark just looked to get rid of it there. Threw it right off the shoulder pads of a Chelmsford defensive lineman.
Again, if they're in his face, he has trouble. He's really, I've been watching from the other side. When he gets the time, he's throwing a nice ball. He made a great play with our good friend from Connor Lovell. But again, it's really a matter of the offensive line has to keep him clean, or maybe they move the pocket a little bit. He's done a really good job in making decisions. He hasn't had a lot of time.
You know, it's an intimidation thing, Jim. Some of these kids are 18, Mark's 15. And with three 6'1" guys in your face as a 15-year-old quarterback, it's hard to do.
I'll tell you, I'm 6'2". They didn't intimidate me how big they are.
Mark looks to take the snap. With Dwyer to his right this time. And there's nothing he can do as he's swallowed at the 21-yard line.
But again, there's an opportunity where I know there's nothing you can do, but as he gets more maturity and more mature as a quarterback, he'll learn to not turn into the rush and just throw it away. But it's it's hard to pick on it. These guys are just bull rushing our defensive line, our offensive line, their D-line. They've controlled the line of scrimmage all game, and our kids are doing the best that they can under the circumstances.
And you know, Jim, we just got to keep working and keep trying and practice.
Correct.
It's a good test for them. Mark looks to take the snap. Takes it.
Oh, cool.
And right through the hands of Connor Lovell. A little bit behind him, I will say.
A little behind. I think 44 for Chelmsford made a good play to knock it down. And as we run out this first half, it's 22 seconds left in the first half. Cats trail 48-6, which is a 42-point deficit. MIA does have rules as to when the clock starts to run. I'm not sure if it's the third quarter or the fourth quarter, but I knew it was one of the rules is 35 plus. The other might be 42, so we'll see where we end up with that. We could have a really quick second half. I mean, that was a good drive for the Cats, even though I think it was against mostly their second unit defense. A good drive. They established the fact they could move the football. And now we'll see if we can make a quick stop here.
John
Again,
Panada into the game for the Wildcats. Junior defensive lineman JP into the game, along with Josue Rivera. Looking to get a change of the interior lineman with Adam Valiz out there as well at end with Kyle Gabry. And I think they're looking just to kneel it.
Yeah, I would. Who knows? They got to put it in play. And like I said, 22 seconds left. We're going to get the band from Chelmsford to play for us at halftime. At least we get a little halftime entertainment up here in the booth. They're going to kneel. That'll end the half. So at the end of the first half, Wildcats will trail 48-6. We'll be back on WCTV with second half action after this.
WCTV is powered by Critical Mass Solar. Harness the power of the sun. Leader Bank Austin Stife. Lender NMLS number 449250. WCTV Sports is powered by Red Heat American Tavern. Under the Lights is sponsored by Atlantic Behavioral Health, B&B Training and Development, CMS Plumbing and Heating, Code 1 Barbecue, Dandelions Ice Cream, DePerzio Construction, Franco's Chicken Fingers, Wilmington Knights of Columbus, Mayflower, Mike Capistran Athletics, RSM, Tremezzo, Designs by Dawn, and John Stewart and Drain Cleaning.
Welcome back for second half action here at Chelmsford High School for this early season football game between the Chelmsford Lions and the Wilmington Wildcats. Score at the half, Chelmsford 48, Wildcats 6. Braedon, give us a quick rundown of what you saw in the first half and what can we do better.
I saw a lot of timidness from the Wildcats on big plays. Somebody would get open, and it looks like almost everybody gave up, and when someone was near there, they didn't want to tackle. They threw their body at it. They winced, they were timid, and the Wildcats just need to learn to be a little bit better about that.
I totally agree with you. I think they that last drive of the half where they turn it over on downs, Lovell made the great catch. They seemed to move the ball a little bit. I like the Marvin's Jeans returns, which you had Mr. Cella on with you. I think it's important here. I would imagine Chelmsford's probably going to bring in more of their second unit players. It's really important here second half to establish a good consistency in the second half, especially defensively. I thought the tackling was atrocious, and there's really not much you can do about that. So here we are, WCTV Wildcat football coverage. Allard will kick off. Poochie kick out here to the left side. Dribble, bounce, got to get picked up. I don't even have the roster out in front of me for my number 11. Good
and
tackle,
Marvin Jean with the big tackle.
Jean's fired up. He said the last 3 or 4 minutes, you get him the ball, he's been really fired up and playing hard. I like to see that.
You know, with the lack of running backs that we have due to injury and very unfortunate injuries, you almost wonder, maybe you throw Marvin's back there, see what he's capable of in the open field. As we saw last quarter with his kick return, he made a few guys miss. He broke some tackles.
That is true. All right, who do we got out there now? Let's see if we can figure out our defense. They're going to move back here on the 28-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. The clock will run here too, Braedon. I found out from the official. It'll be running clock for the rest of the half. So Gabriel's out there with Watson,
Borges,
DeLucia,
and Panada.
Same people. So it'll be the same group that we had out there.
Cam Gray is subbed in.
Cam Gray 5 is in, and he's in there for, I can't tell if he's in there.
Jacob McCauley.
Jacob, yeah.
And so
they weren't ready for start of half. The chain gang is still coming down the field. But they don't care. They're going to take their time.
You know, in Wilmington, the chain gang led by John Spencer, Eric Cushing, and David Almas, one of the best chain gangs, I think, in Massachusetts.
Yeah, I think they're good chain gang guys because didn't they work the chain gang when they were in prison a couple years ago?
Oh, yeah, no, it was a big prison football thing.
All right, so as we reset here, it looks like Chelmsford's going to bring in their second unit quarterback as well.
Number 13 for them.
13. Inside handoff. Again, it gets right out in open space. Allard will cut off and tackle him.
There was just a lack of awareness by Cam Gray there. He went to go play the receiver and didn't even realize that the quarterback had the ball. You got to see the ball before you do anything. No assumptions can be made, especially in the middle of a football game.
Again, they're really working the short side of the field as well. So they put the ball in the right hash mark here, and they really work this coming this way. A lot of their long runs were in that manner as well. So 10 minutes to play. Like I said, running clock, 48-6. Cats trail by 42 points. 1st down and 10 for Chelmsford. See if they, like I said, we really want to see the Cats with consistency. Is that JP out there, number 72? I see.
John Panada is out there in the interior line.
John Panada, see what he can do. It's, like I said, it's a really good opportunity for some of these kids. He's out there for Noah, right, Madden?
Yep, and Josue Rivera, sophomore, also is out there.
72's out there, yep. He's in. Is that 70? Yeah.
72 and 52.
Oh, 52, okay. I see him now, okay. Inside handoff, nice tackle. Far side.
Brought down there by, I believe Pat DeLucia was in on that tackle.
Number 18, yeah. Like I said, I was surprised during the first half. We didn't hear Pat's name called a lot. I mean, as the tight end position, it's a spot where I know Coach Sherner likes to get them involved, and he just really didn't get too involved. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Nice play. Negative yardage. They'll blitz with, and then a nice play. Blitz with Watson and a tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Timmy Watson has really made his mark here on defense, especially for the Wildcats. He's not afraid to get in there and make the hard tackle. Number 12's helmet comes off for Chelmsford, so they're going to have to get a substitution for him.
He and Bagtaz had a little scuffle here right below us. But again, that's like the 3rd time Timmy's run that blitz and then really wreaked havoc in the backfield with their first team because the turnover on the quarterback. Second time, he just missed the quarterback and they threw the touchdown pass, but he made the play on the blitz. Wouldn't be shocked to see them do more of that here. 3rd down, 19.
3rd and 19 from the 44.
It'd be nice to get a stop, get our offense back on the field. Like I said, getting some of the younger players involved in some action. They'll throw wide. Got to make the tackles, though, guys. Oh, there you go.
And the tackle's made, but not before they get the first down.
No. That was 3rd and 18. It's
Oh.
4th and. I know, they've been positive like the whole game. So Watson, I think, was that Watson on the tackle?
Yeah.
On that right side. They're going to punt here. They're a little confused as to what they're going to do. They're going to drop Lovell and Allard back. Gray's going to the right. Bagtest here to your left. Watson in the middle with DeLucia and Cushing. And Josue Rivera. JP's out there. There's, almost blocked by Gabriel. Ball's going to bounce. And he falls
they
on it.
down that about the 1 yard line. Great punt.
There's a flag deep. It's going to be on us. Gabriel must have done something stupid.
Punt down at the 2.
Wait for the call, down at the 2. So 7-11 to play, 48-6. Cats trail. Halloran will bring out, looks like Allard's coming out of the game. Let's see where they put in. All right, the penalty is on. I don't see. Pick the flag up. If it's a penalty on the Cats, it'll be half the distance of the goal line. It's a penalty on it'll be an unsportsmanlike kind of call, I think, from way deep in the end zone.
And that's just a mistake the Wildcats shouldn't be making. Unsportsmanlike, there's no reason for it.
Yeah, we didn't get the call.
And there's a little bit of confusion
They're
for the
sending
Wildcats.
everybody back out. Again, it's tough. 6:18 to play. This game was over in the first quarter. Chelmsford with those 4 big one-play touchdowns. Cats with the touchdown with Connor Lovell and the 85-yard bomb. I guess it'll be interesting to see where they spot the ball. I'm going to put it like on the goal line. It's just shy of the goal line, Braedon. So interesting spot. Must have been half the distance of the goal line on whatever that penalty was. It was thrown behind the play, and I feel Gabriel back there. I'm not going to speculate, but all right. Halloran's got Dwyer in the backfield with him. Marvin's to the right. Allard and Lovell to the left. Handoff, inside handoff. They'll just get it out of the shadow of the goalpost. Be 2nd down and about 8, about 9. Dwyer's had some tough run in him. Just hasn't been a good day to establish any kind of running game.
You know, Colin Dwyer's got to be tired of starting on defense, playing the majority of the game, offense, defense, and I'd assume special teams. I don't know if he's on every single one of them, but.
All right, so it'll be 2nd down and 9. Halloran back with it. Inside handoff again. Colin Dwyer runs it upfield to about 3 or 4 yards. So I'm going to speculate here. 3rd and about 6. So again, they picked up 4 yards out of the shadow of their end zone on their goal line. Now let's see what he does later. He might just run the football and play the game out offensively and try to get his defense some reps. Halloran is deep. It's been a complete whooping on our Wildcats. Oh, he's got a level and he underthrows him.
And it's intercepted.
And he's going to take it to the nice tackle from behind by
Marvin's Gene. And, you know, this is something that makes me question the Wildcats here. Marvin's Gene, every time a ball has come near him, he has worked 110%. He's made every cut he's needed to.
Right.
He's tackled everybody with intensity. And it's a little odd to me. It's a little peculiar that he's not in the game.
Oh, well, that's what, you can, the coach will watch film. That's what they want to do. They want to see the film. They want to watch it. They're going to see what's going to happen and they'll make decisions going into North Reading. This is a tough game to evaluate, though, in reality, Braedon. You've played in games like this where, you know, you're getting your butt beat and you're sort of like, it's a letdown. You traveled all this distance, which isn't that far, because I did drive here. All right, 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Actually, the 11-yard line, they're calling it. Chelmsford's 2nd unit is in. Snap, inside handoff. They're going to come this side again. Oh, there's a good tackle by Al. They're going to tackle him. Hold on, tackle. Good job. Carlisle held on and made the tackle. They came wide that time. That was the wide side. Surprising.
That's the intensity we need from the Wildcats. There hasn't been many times in this game where somebody has come down and really just looked to make a big tackle.
Correct. Again, like you want to see, now you're evaluating your players in what are they doing in a blowout loss, how hard are they playing, what their motor looks like, and that's what they'll do here. Both teams will do that. Chelmsford will look and see how good their second unit is. 2:52 to play, 48-6. Second down and 15, there'll be an offside. Somebody jumped. Their coaches are right, they're aggravated with their players for jumping off sides. Like I said, the clock will continually run now through. This will be a really quick half.
Only 2:30 left in the third quarter.
After that 45-minute first quarter we played there, time to move it forward. Okay, it'll be second down and 16. Second down and 20, actually. Ball snapped, they'll hand it off. Nope. Unbelievable play there. I don't know what JP was doing. Just ran right by the ball carrier. Again, awareness of where the ball is. They're bringing down the stretcher here. Don't know why. All right, it'll be third down and 14 from the 16-yard line. They can't get a first down without scoring.
Mark Holleran on the sidelines, visibly frustrated.
Yeah, it's been a tough game. But this is how it works. They brought Humphreys back. Probably taped him up. All right, Cam Gray, nice play there. It'll be fourth down and about 5 yards to go. Ball is on the 6-yard line, 4th and 4. Just need to stop here, get the ball down to your end zone again. At least you get to run your offense. Snap, inside handoff, tackle,
And brought
nice
down
tackle.
by Jonathan Panada.
JP with a nice play, Panada. Again, after he made a very poor play in recognition, he saw that, didn't go for the ball fake, took the run, come right at him. It'll be turnover on downs, right? That should have been fourth down. Wilmington will get the ball to start the quarter, I think, as we got 55 seconds left. Halloran's not ready to go out there. He's talking to his brother or something. Everybody's pretty banged up. Maybe it'll be interesting to see if coach in this fourth quarter puts his second unit in.
Mark just looks to be a little in his own head about it.
So the ball will be about the 3-yard line.
A lot of people think about football and they think about the quarterback right away. And what a lot of people don't think about is this is a team sport. And Mark probably feels a lot of the pressure and a lot of weight is on him. But at the end of the day, it's everyone.
Okay, that'll be the end of the third quarter here from Chelmsford on WCTV. Wilmington Wildcat football. The Lions of Chelmsford 48. The Wildcats of Wilmington 6. We'll be back with fourth quarter action after this.
WCTV is powered by Critical Mass Solar. Harness the power of the sun. Leader Bank Austin Stife. Lender NMLS number 449250. WCTV Sports is powered by Red Heat American Tavern. Under the Lights is sponsored by Atlantic Behavioral Health, B&B Training and Development, CMS Plumbing and Heating, Code 1 Barbecue, Dandelions Ice Cream, DiPerzio Construction, Frango's Chicken Fingers, Wilmington Knights of Columbus, Mayflower, Mike Capistran Athletics, RSM, Tremezzo, Designs by Dawn, and John Stewart and Drain Cleaning.
All right, we're back. Fourth quarter action. We're going to bring Braedon in. Braedon's going to do the play-by-play. We're going to bring Julien Cella back. 48-6, WCTV's coverage of Wildcat football here from Chelmsford. Off to you, Braedon.
Holleran, Allard is in the game at quarterback. With I believe the second team offense is in there. Colin Allard back to his original position for the Wildcats at quarterback.
Hey guys, I'm back.
You know, it's an unfortunate game for the Wildcats. This isn't where we wanted to be. We see Theo Bryson out wide, number 24, with Cam Dre in the slot, and Max Bagtez also out wide for the Wildcats. Colin
Good
Dwyer.
run, good couple of yards.
Good take there by Dwyer. You know, the Wildcats have been really struggling this game. And again, we said it earlier, it all comes back to their physicality, it all comes back to the weight room. And there are guys like Gus Lambert who are in the weight room and who are physical, but we just need to get that mindset throughout the whole team. Colin Allard is in the shotgun, Cam Gray and Max Bagtez out wide. Allard looks, takes the snap, hands it off to Dwyer, and Dwyer cuts it outside, but looks to be brought down for a loss of 2 yards. It's going to be about 4th and 6 for the Wildcats. I wouldn't be surprised if we went for it here. You know, there's 10:34 left in the second, or the second half, fourth quarter, whatever you want to call it. But it does look like the Wildcats are electing to punt. And a quick 3 and out there. Julien, what did you see by the offense there?
There's a lot of missed opportunities for plays there. Obviously, didn't get the yards we needed, so now we have to be forced back into punting.
And Kenny Branley catches the snap. And a good punt by Kenny.
Quite a good kick.
Oh, and it's fumbled. And number 15, Hintz with a good tackle. He's a senior.
Good
A
tackle
transfer.
there.
I believe I was told he's from Arizona.
Wow.
And he transferred to Wilmington to get some football action.
What's his name?
His last name is Hintz. I believe his first name is, I couldn't tell you his first name, and I don't want to pronounce it wrong or get it completely wrong and make myself look like a fool. But the Wildcats are out on defense. Shane Tassoni, number 7, enters the game.
Earlier you mentioned Gus is in the weight room. Do you think that has been an inspiration through his brother, Clyde, who had benched 405 pounds his senior year?
You know what? Clyde was, I think, a big inspiration for his brother. Because, you know, you see that and you want to do well as well. Number 13, sophomore for the Lions, goes to take the snap at quarterback. Number 12 out wide. Max Bagtez in coverage there with Hintz. Looks to be playing that, like, nickel linebacker kind of role.
Low snap.
And
hands off right in the middle.
Good tackle by number 54, Timmy Watson. Again, having a good game for himself, Timmy Watson. Timmy Watson was a kid, I said it last week, who had to play quarterback in his first ever game against Arlington Catholic. Gets hurt, moves to the defensive line, and absolutely is just making an impact. It's a kid who really just wants to play, doesn't matter where it is. All right, number 13 for Chelmsford looks to take the snap. Throws it, and it is overthrown, incomplete.
Pass intended for 22, Mason Fessler is incomplete. He's up 3rd down and 9.
3rd down and 9 for the Chelmsford Lions with only 8:17 left in this fourth quarter. Pat DeLucia looks to be tying his shoe. Sometimes you need to tie your shoe mid-game, it happens. Theo Bryson is also out there at safety.
With a running clock, Wilmington does need to put some pressure on so that we can get that ball back and start scoring.
You can even just tell by the sideline, the energy for Wilmington's all the way down. It's low.
Absolutely. Arms crossed.
Hands on hips.
No one's cheering.
In motion, number 22. 13 takes the snap, and he keeps it. Tackled by Pat DeLucia.
Break even there. No gain.
Pasquale just squared his hips, waited, got low, and made the tackle. He did. That's a textbook tackle right there. There's not much better he could have done there. Forcing the Lions to punt on 4th and 10 from their own 48-yard line.
4th down and 9.
I think Theo Bryson looks to be getting back there to return the punt.
Return the kick.
With Cam Gray.
Punt, sorry.
So I'd be interested to see who gets it here. Oh, and it's a high snap.
Oh.
Punts
it's in the
out,
air.
and
It's not going to either of them. Heads up, Hemps. Oh, and he kneels.
Oh, there's
wow,
a
that's
late hit
real
there,
late.
and a
Absolutely.
really good call. Max Bagtez going down to a knee and still getting hit by Chelmsford.
Number 5 putting his hands up. Is that 5 or 6? I believe that's 5.
I believe it was. Yeah. So Coach Turner looks to be sending out some of the backups on offense, getting them some exposure, them some playing time for when they need it. We have 2 senior wide receivers in Marvins and Lovell, so they are looking actively for people to fill that role next year. In the huddle, 6:22 left in the game. Wildcats 6, Lions 48. Kyle Gabriel out there at tight end, I believe.
First and 10 from their 48.
Allard back at quarterback, Gray in the slot, Bagtaz out wide, and Theo is closest to us.
Uh-oh. I don't know what his name was. It sounded like Adel.
Number 61 filling in on the line. Allard looks to be giving him some direction. Leadership from the junior. Handoff up the middle.
In the middle.
And it's a gain of about 1, but there's just nowhere for him to go. There's a lot of inexperience on the line.
That's going to be me soon.
On the tackle, number 72.
In the green hoodie, I think that's going to be me soon.
All right. Number 55 at center, Adam Belize. Mac Tobin out there at right tackle.
Second and 9 from midfield.
Allard looks to take the snap.
Another
Julien
run.
Martin's at running back. Julien Martins has been playing quarterback the majority of the season, but, you know, he filled in at running back really well there. With the amount of injuries we have at running back, you got to think there's a few guys who might have to start filling that role. Freshman Pierce Silvera, who had 2 touchdowns last week, sitting about 5'10", 190. He's a big kid, and he likes to run downhill.
Bigger than me.
You also got to think about guys like Marvin Jean, who have shown a few great hits, especially in that last quarter.
Good tackles, too.
Guy who's physical and whatnot. And Allard immediately takes off, gets outside, and again, the running outside there, he could have got that first down.
If he went straight up.
Chased out by number 26, Andrew Monty.
When you're going all the way
But
left
here,
and
they're putting in Pierre Silvera into the game. I think they're going to throw him in at running back.
It was a 4th and 2 from the 43.
Or, no, I think Julien Martins is moving to quarterback.
wow.
And they're going to have Pierre Silvera run the ball here. Julien getting some varsity action.
Varsity quarterback today.
Snaps high. He scrambles out. Fires to Kyle Gabriel with the and he gets blown up.
Might have got the first there, though.
There was a beautiful look by Julien Martins there, and we mentioned he was a receiver last year. He has a lot of inexperience at quarterback. He can throw the ball, you know, him being a baseball kid. Gets out, good pocket presence, and delivers a good ball to Kyle Gabriel.
Just like his cousin.
Jacob Rope, yeah, his cousin was a quarterback.
And baseball player.
Junior year. Very good athlete he was.
And Captain Isabel Gallo.
Wildcats look to snap the ball. Here's Silvera with the run. And there's just not much he can do there, having to stand practically straight up, not much room to run. It's good that they're getting the young guys some work in, especially in a varsity game.
Gabriel did get the first there, too.
Aaliyah Cabana Cameron. Aaliyah Shabranga.
Julien Martins looking for the play call by Coach Turner.
Aliana Everett.
Pierce Silvera lines up to his right. A little bit of miscommunication there. And goes back to the left. Julien Martins snaps the ball. And the handoff to Silvera. A little bit of timidness from Silvera there.
Did not charge through. Kind of slowed down, did a little stutter step in there.
Last game we saw him run his shoulder, use stiff arms, an array of moves, and he just seems a little timid this game, which is expected in your first real varsity action. Last game was kind of, you know, when they played Medford, the JV kids were in the second half. Theo Bryson out wide towards us. Haven't seen much of him on offense yet.
Savannah Spalding.
And Julien looks to take it. Oh, and he trips on his own feet. The turf monster got him there.
Tripped around that white line.
A minute 44 left for the Wildcats. We are down by 42 points, 48 Lions, 6 Wildcats here on WCTV's coverage of the game. Minute 30 just about left in the game. Julien Martins takes the snap, but Mac Tobin goes early, and there's a 5-yard penalty for the Wildcats.
Peace.
Right, special thanks here from Chelmsford to first of all Braedon Almas, who's doing double duty, play-by-play in color. He'll be your play-by-play guy next week for North Reading. I'm away at a wedding.
Unfortunately, no Jim Boyle.
And then we'll also have, nice. Oh, Gabriel's open again. Baseball to baseball player. There we go. Julien Cella, thanks for joining us on the color. It's good to get more people involved. Aza for helping us set up camera and doing camera. Jack, our intern from Merrimack, helping us on the camera as well. Really appreciate everybody coming out to help us. It was not an exciting night, as you can see by the final score. Going to probably be 48-6. But again, really, thanks for joining us here on WCTV. Thanks for everybody that helps us. And let's see this final play of the game here. I'll let you call it, Braedon. It's all you.
Julien Martins looks, scrambles out to his right, gets around. Julien Martins gets to the 5-yard line just about and is pushed out of bounds with 16 seconds left.
If they set this up quick, they're going to play off, but I don't think they're going to play off here. So that'll be the final score. Nice play by Julien.
6 seconds left. They're going to try and get it off. 3, and they won't get a playoff. That is the end of the game.
That'll be the ball game is over.
Final score: Chelmsford Lions 48, Wilmington Wildcats 6 here at Simonian Field. Special thanks to WCTV for having me and Jim Boyle as your announcers. We will see you guys next week as the Wildcats play their first official home game against North Reading. Jim, we're definitely going to miss you next week.
I'm not going to miss. I'm kidding. Thank you very much. And listen, remember, next week we're going to be live on Friday night, the 13th, against North Reading. The Hornets are coming to town. Like I said, appreciate everybody joining us tonight. I know that we're on tape. Thanks to all our sponsors. Thanks to everybody that helped. Like I said, Aza and Jack and Julien and Braedon. So for Wildcat Sports, WCTV, I'm Jim Boyle, and we'll see you all down the road.
WCTV is powered by Critical Mass Solar. Harness the power of the sun. Leader Bank Austin Steiff. Lender NMLS number 449250. WCTV Sports is powered by Red Heat American Tavern. Under the Lights is sponsored by Atlantic Behavioral Health, B&B Training and Development, CMS Plumbing and Heating, Code 1 Barbecue, Dandelions Ice Cream, DiPerzio Construction, Frango's Chicken Fingers, Wilmington Knights of Columbus, Mayflower, Mike Capistran Athletics, RSM, Tremezzo, Designs by Dawn, and John Stewart and Drain Cleaning.